Hey everybody, it's Jazz, and you're listening to Giving Up the Ghost podcast. Long time no hear. I'd say see, but thank God you can't see us. I'm representing Cher. We got together this past Friday and we actually banged out about 6 episodes for your listening pleasure. I do apologize. It's been a long hiatus. I think we haven't had an episode since mid-April. Oy. So in saying that, just introing the interview we had with a gentleman named Gio with Winnipeg Spiritism Society. They basically get together, they help people with regards to spirits and anything to do with spirits. They're very in tuned. They connect. They do help people who have issues with regards to spirits in their home that are malevolent and such. And then they kind of train and help people on what to do effectively to calm the spirits. So very interesting organization. We'll have more information on our Spreaker page. So again, apologize. Life gets busy. Life gets crazy. We've had lots of obligations family-wise. And unfortunately, COVID hit both households, so that didn't help either. Now it's summer. It is approaching August. Happy August. And we'll have at least 6 weeks of episodes until we can bang out some more. So anyway, thank you for your patience. Thank you for checking up on us, making sure we're okay. We appreciate the emails, messages. And here is our interview with Gio. And enjoy. So tonight, thank you for everybody coming back and listening to us. This is Jazz.
And Cher.
And you're listening to Giving Up the Ghost. And we have an interview with a gentleman from locally here, a group called the Winnipeg Spiritism Society. Correct, George?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Good.
You go by George or Gio? I saw you said you did Gio. Yeah? Okay, that's cool. So I saw a couple of comments that you've, I kind of like hide, I lurk in the shadows and...
Facebook creeper.
Well, like there's so many people that locally that they live in old houses and they're dealing with stuff they're just not sure how to deal with, and you'd hate for them to deal with something improperly. In fact, we've had a lot of guests over the years on our show talk about how they've dealt with things, attachments and unwanted spirits and transient spirits, and such. So, I mean, we've learned quite a bit, but of course we know everything about nothing and nothing about everything. So, and that's why we have people like you. And I seen you had made some comments about obviously a person reaching out, trying to get help for something that she says going on in her house. And I'd never heard of your organization before. And I was just wondering if maybe you could, tell our listeners and tell us a little bit more what you guys do and what your goals are and such.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. So it's a spiritist group, right? It's a little different than some other spiritual groups, but basically, what we do is we study this knowledge that was kind of collected by a skeptic, actually, in the 1800s. And he collected all this information about the spirits, just basically like through mediums, the spirits would give answers to questions, and so he put these all together in these books that we study. And we also do the charitable work, like we'll go and collect food for and bring it to Main Street Project.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Awesome.
So these collection drives that we hold, and that has a spiritual aspect to it as well.
Of course.
So that's kind of what we're doing right now. We're trying to kind of reach people in the community and help them to understand about the spirit world and how to deal with spirits, like you're saying. The spirits just kind of do things a little differently. They don't really like go and do exorcisms and stuff like that.
Of course, no, yeah.
The more experienced spiritist centers, they will have people who are having problems with spirits come into the center, and they will try and help them there instead of going to the person's house.
Okay.
Because the spirits can be evoked. They can be called to wherever.
Of course,
right?
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, if a person is having trouble with a spirit, they'll just come with them anyway.
Right, like an attachment, so to say.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But not always. It depends.
Right.
So yeah, it's basically this knowledge that has been collected into what the Spiritists call a codification. So it's a series of books. I don't know. So we study these books, and we try to help people. And also, one of the other things that we're trying to work towards is mediumship. And once we have people who are more experienced with Spiritism, we would be, we might be able to hold these mediumship meetings. And at those ones, what they usually do, they start off doing is they'll have spirits come, and then they will try and help these spirits to have more harmony and be able to kind of move on from whatever is blocking them in their spiritual growth, right?
Right.
So a lot of the times the spirits do get stuck kind of being focused on the material world, and this kind of prevents them from moving on spiritually. So spiritists try and help these spirits with that, and helping these spirits to move on also helps the people that are around as well, because there's less unhappy spirits around, right?
Right, right.
So yeah, I don't know.
Well,
but
we can, like we have a couple of questions for you too. Like, how did you per se get involved with this? Like, did you have some experiences that kind of, or do you have the gift? Like you have, like you said, mediums are the thing, right? That seem to interact better or more equipped to, right?
Yeah, like I've had some spiritual experiences in my life. And of course, I try and keep them in the back of my mind and try and make sense of them, right? And then more recently, I think no more than 5 years ago, I found these books. And when I first started reading the spirit book, like everything that the answers that they were giving, they just made sense to me, right? Like they kind of rang true.
Okay.
And they kind of made me feel like things made sense. And let's see. I'm trying not to be nervous here.
I know. Don't worry about it.
We're
good.
nervous. We haven't done this for so long. I don't remember what I was supposed to do.
So basically, I found these books that had all this information that seemed so useful to me.
Okay.
They connected with you.
And I just felt I needed to learn more. So I read through this book. I read through the Spirit's book and the Medium's book, and then like I want to understand whether the Spiritists in the modern time understand these things in a different way or a little more clearly, or whether they have more information from from more recent
right.
Spiritual study, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they do. They have a whole bunch of psychographed books. It's in Portuguese, though.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it's because most Spiritism kind of stayed really strong in Brazil.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why a lot of it is in Portuguese. But there's Spiritists all around anyway nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How many are there? How many are there in your group? Like you say, there's a few of you, right? Or
in our group, well, see, there's some that come to meetings regularly, and then there's a bunch that are kind of on the outskirts.
Okay.
So they kind of see what we're doing, and they come when they can. But right now, the meetings are pretty small, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
I think COVID did a lot of damage to to the organization, as it has to a lot of organizations as well.
Mm-hmm. Right. It'll come back.
Yeah. But yeah, so I found these books, and I felt that it was very important knowledge, and I just wanted to help out the local organization and see whether we can strengthen the presence here.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And where do you guys meet? Is there like a? I mean, I'm not trying to.
No, like you don't have to say.
If it's a secret, so to say, like we totally get that because you don't want to draw the wrong crowd, is what I'm saying, right?
No.
And we respect that.
Most of the meetings are open to anyone. We used to meet just in like big purpose rooms and places wherever we could get. But nowadays we have a rented. It's basically a little office space.
Oh, okay.
On Main Street, 1808.
Oh, okay.
The address is on the website. And we'll hold Sunday meetings there. The Monday meetings we're just holding online for now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
Okay. Well, I mean that's nice that it's open to everybody. I mean that's fair. You know, like it's respectful.
The meetings, like the mediumship meetings, the more advanced spiritual healing meetings, they're a little different.
Okay.
Right? The mediumship meetings are they're closed to the public. They're open only for the people who are in the mediumistic group.
Okay.
So these are people who have been studying Spiritism for a while, and they have been trained in how to deal with things that might come up without having it devolve into something harmful or unproductive, right?
Right.
And it's necessary for the group to be able to work well together, to have this kind of strength to be able to help spirits in need without falling into negative patterns.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's very, from our perspective, and I always like to speak on behalf of Cher, sorry.
That's okay.
From our perspective, I mean, again, just because with us doing this, I mean, we're no experts. We've had our own experiences, and, just talking with people and just realizing, people in general have to understand, like, whether you believe or not. I mean, the thing is with spirits, it's like they were ghosts. I mean, they were once people too, you know what I mean? Like, so I mean, there are all those elements, emotions to keep, to also counterbalance as to what's happening to the living. Well, the dead are just as equally confused, right? So I mean, you kind of have to respect that.
That's right. If you're lost, you're lost. Doesn't matter.
So after dying, that's a real mental trauma, right? Dying is a real mental trauma for most people. And it can leave the spirit in a state of confusion. And a lot of people don't realize that. They think that after you die, you just wake up and you'll be free to fly away. Right? It doesn't really happen like that, because a lot of spirits get trapped in their mental
trauma, per se,
traumas that they have from all their life, right? They can get stuck in their thinking and not be able to receive the help that they need because they kind of shut it out.
Right.
This isn't all spirits, right? There's a lot that are able to kind of awaken more quickly and understand things more clearly, more quickly. But it really depends on the individual.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So you folks, you meet, you say like Mondays generally.
Yeah. Mondays mainly.
Yeah, like we study this book on Mondays. And we study the Gospel according to Spiritism. It's a book on morality, so they study that on the Sundays.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay.
It's basically how the spirits interpret the teachings of Christ. Now it sounds religious, I know. But it's focused only on the moral teachings and better understanding how to be a good person.
Okay.
And it's useful for mediums to do that because the medium's mental state affects what kind of spirits can connect with them.
Makes sense.
Right?
They need to be grounded, right? Yeah. So they need to have a belief system. Makes sense.
Yeah. So if the mediums can learn to improve their mental state and strengthen themselves, they won't succumb to a lot of the very harmful cycles that can happen.
Right.
With the less experienced mediums who don't really understand what's going on. Right. And I'm sure you've seen what kind of damage. Like it can end up being like mental illnesses. People will diagnose it as mental illness.
Right.
But it's, I don't know. I find it fascinating, and I like to read and learn all about this stuff. I keep in mind that it is a collection of scientific data, right? It's not 100% necessarily absolute truth. It is basically just based on a collection of the writings of the spirits who seem completely selfless and only want to help, right?
Right.
So yeah, I don't know.
Do you folks have like a website or anything that people can check out?
Or a Facebook page or
they do. There's a page on Facebook. I think they mostly support these, but no, I don't really keep that one. But there's a website too. It's www.upgspiritism.ca.
Okay.
But if you search Winnipeg Spiritism Society on Google, it comes up right away.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, just in case anybody needs help or they need to reach out to you. I mean, we're all about, sharing information and connecting people and because nothing worse than living in a house that you don't know who else is living in, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. I think we're just trying to help.
Of course.
As best we can.
Yeah, we get that totally.
Yeah. Excellent.
So, well, thanks for taking this time to talk with us, Gio. I know it was kind of out of the blue, and
is that a blue for me too?
It's all good.
Yeah,
we tried to. Let me see. That's okay.
That's fine. Don't worry. We feel like that today as well. I don't know.
It'll come back
one of those days today.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, anytime if you folks want to come on and talk with us some more, we'd love to hear from others as well.
Shoot us a message or something.
Shoot us a message. Keep in touch. Yeah. And like I say, we're a part of the system where we just want to have an understanding with other people, learn more, and share info.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Share stories. That's what we do.
So
excellent.
All right. I think it's great. I think it's great. Like, I think it's good to, like, I'm very open about my spiritual experiences, and I think it's great to just talk about these things, and so that we can all better understand, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And no
reason no matter what our background is.
Yeah.
And the more we talk about these things, the less of a weird thing it'll be.
Right, for sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. People won't be afraid to share about it or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was nice to meet you. Hopefully we'll meet you one day in person, Gio.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Thanks for your time. We'll talk to you again. Take care.
Have a great evening. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I quickly scanned. I found that book he was talking about.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it is a gospel. It is one of the...
Is it more religious? Or
it is much more religious than I thought.
Okay.
It is like a disciple of...
Oh, yeah.
Pestalozzi. I don't know. But I mean, it has doctrine and principles, and they're all pretty much about love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
cool.
It says morality is based on love. Love must be put to practice. Charity,
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing, what did it say here? It's kind of like, what? Outside charity, there is no salvation. I'm like, what? You can never be saved?
What?
Say what? Yeah, no, but it does. I mean, that is their doctrines. It's basically love about everything, so.
But I mean, like, other people... other people we've talked to in the past, like I'm not religious, I'm more spiritual.
Exactly, yeah, for sure.
But I mean, everybody has their own belief system. Like, if that's what you need to believe in, and mediums for sure.
Yeah.
They need
something
to invoke the spirit of God and
some
stuff.
different. It's some different one. The one I found is in
more
French.
To you.
It's a French version.
Oh, and he said Portuguese, I think.
But this one is also. This one is from 1864.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was me. Hello.
Yeah, that is you. Thinking.
Hello.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So, no, and like I said, I saw some interactions on the Winnipeg Paranormal Facebook page, and I'm like, well, that's very decent of them. I like that element that they would help people for donation.
Oh, yeah.
For the food bank.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm like, well, that's a good way to go about it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because, no offense, people, but you have to understand there's a lot of people out there that will do anything for money.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you don't know who to trust. If
you're
you've
not going to be calling those Ghostbusters.
No, that's just it. Like,
I know.
So when somebody's offering to help you in exchange for a canned good, like, what the hell?
Shit, yeah.
I mean, it's nothing.
For people that need it, to boot.
Exactly. So, check those people out, and we always I've referred a couple people to what is her name, the one shaman, that one that helped Laura with the her name is Miss Artemis.
You're
Artemis.
asking my brain not to
I'm friends
work.
with her. We're friends with her on Instagram. A very nice person. She helps with like a lot of dark stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
No. So I've referenced her a couple times
that.
because you just never know. Somebody needs help. Like, I don't know.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty cool.
So
who knew? Now I have to investigate this book and see what the heck this is about now.
Spiritualism. Spiritism?
Boy, aren't
Spiritism.
we on it? We're really on it,
I
right?
know.
Yeah, wow.
We're a little out of practice.
I need another beer.
On that note, this was our... I don't know what order I'm gonna put these out in, but
who knows?
But this is our first time back.
This is our back at it episode.
Oh my god, it's been so long. Anywho, so we'll babble on our next episode. We got some Ramblesoods coming up, and we have a guest coming. Babylon.
We're gonna babble on.
Our guest should be fashionably late. We have another
speaker.
Another speaker.
A speaker
from the PSP, the Prairie Spirit Paranormal Society. PSPS.
She's from the...
But she has her own. It's called Babble Brokers. Babble Her and a friend from Las Vegas.
Cool.
And they talk about just weird oddities and just,
Yeah.
all that kind of shit. So
Well, there's a lot of weird oddities.
there's a lot of, so not just ghost shit, but she, we
Weird
still
oddity
want to
shit.
go on some ghost hunts with her because she had some stuff lined up just before COVID. So Janet will be joining us
Fucking
shortly.
COVID.
Fucking COVID.
That's all I can say about that.
I know.
Oh.
So sit back, relax,
Grab a wine or
grab
a beer.
a snacky,
Yeah.
a beer, a beverage, and again, thanks again for listening. We're back in black.
Yep.
Hit the sack. I'm not black. I'm blue.
You're blue.
Black and blue. Hit your word counts. Anyway, so thank you, and remember to live every day like it is your last.
But never give up the ghost.